Hi, this is Jody from the Women Travel Safe Facebook group. Today we're going to take you through a Trenitalia online booking for train tickets. You see here on the screen we are at the Trenitalia website directly. You have, of course, other options like trainline.com. Today we're going to just book it directly on the Trenitalia website. So you see it's all in Italian. If you click on the upper right corner, you can change the language here. For today we're going to change to English. You can see they have a special promotion here, 30% off for a group from 2 to 5 people. If that's interesting, you can click on there. Today we're going to book a ticket from Milano Centrale to Rapallo, which is very nice, over by Santa Margherita and Portofino. I'm going to put the date, let's say Tuesday at 10 o'clock. And if you notice, it's a 24-hour clock or military time for one adult. And I'm going to click search. So I wanted to show you this website directly because Trenitalia has some different trains. I actually found myself on a train with no air conditioning and windows open, and it was really just a windstorm. So it's very interesting, but some of the trains are very nice, plush, and air conditioned. So I see here some offers. Milano Centrale, 11 o'clock to Rapallo, 2 o'clock, so 6 minutes after 2. I see there's one change, and it's a duration of 2 hours and 56 minutes. This other one I see, Milano Centrale, 2:19, 2 hours and 9 minutes, and it's an intercity train. What's an intercity train? So I Googled that. It says intercity trains are express trains complementing the offer of higher quality trains with these three. So I'm really not sure if that means the train with no air conditioning or not, but let's click on this little information. So I see that makes a lot of little stops. We have the Santa Margherita, Genova, Milano, and then I see this one. What's very strange, the one that takes longer is actually more expensive, and the one that takes shorter time is cheaper. So this is something that you have to really think about when you book directly on the Trenitalia website, because normally the shortest train would be more expensive. So this one here, you have a change. So this means you have to go from Milano Centrale to Genova, and you have to get out of the train, and you have about 15 minutes to connect to the next train. You know, if you're traveling with a suitcase, I would advise not to have a train with a change, being that we have other train offerings here where you don't have to change at all. I don't mind having train stops, but I don't want to have to disembark with my suitcase and go find another train in the system. So I'm going to go ahead and maybe choose this one, 2 hours, 25 minutes, but it's this train here. I think the intercity train might be the one without the air conditioning. I'm not really sure, even though myself. This one I see we have less stops. So I'm going to go ahead and book this one. It's 1:10 and it gets there at 3:35. So I'm going to click choose here, and you get a selection of different levels, class of service. So you have the second class here, and you have the first class. So you can see here that the base, if you click on the little eye, it'll bring up a little window and tell you what you can do. Basically, booking changes, ticket changes. So the thing is, with the Italian website, you really have to go to the counter and work with one of the customer service agents to make any changes. So I wouldn't book the tickets for the smaller trains for 1-2 hour duration until you're actually, going to go on the train that day. I prefer maybe to sit in the first class. It says it's air-conditioned compartments, spacious, comfortable. Plus, I think the risk of pickpocketers could be less if you're in first class. So I'm going to go with this economy first class. The economy first class, if you just click or hover over there, the details are here. And yeah, so I think for me this is enough, the economy first class. I'll go ahead and do that. But if you notice here, there's also view other offers. So there's discount cards and other promotions that they have. So if you click there, it shows you some other possible. I think for this, there isn't really any. So here I'm going to go in my first class, economy, first class, but it was called base. No, base was the expensive one. Go to economy. So here I would go to buy my ticket. If you notice at the bottom, very small, choose the seat. So they don't make it very evident by putting it so small. Most people would miss it depending where you were scrolling. So I click choose the seat. Just press continue. It actually shows you a picture of the coach. One thing that's missing is the direction of the train. We're assuming this is the front. So with that assumption, if you don't like to sit backwards, but what I've noticed after traveling so many years in Europe, sometimes it's a gamble because they change the coaches. So I would choose a seat that would be forward facing. WC is the water closet. So I would probably want to sit alone. And if I can see it, looks like that would be backwards. So I would probably choose this 4A. You click on it. You notice there's also a €2 charge that will be added to the cost of the ticket. That is to get you an assigned seat. For me, it would be worth it to have an assigned seat because I don't want to risk not having a seat and having to stand the whole way. So for me, it's worth the €2. So there I would just come now to the screen for the authentication. If you have a user account here, you can log in and do that. Or you can just put in your passenger information here. Okay, so that is basically how you would go about booking this ticket directly on the Trenitalia. You can also use your credit card, debit card, PayPal account, or your Amazon Pay. Bank transfers if you have a European account set up. So this is how to book the ticket. I would also recommend to print out the tickets if you have the possibility to print it out. I always make myself a folio of all my tickets, plus I have it on my cell phone. So thank you for watching this. I hope it's helpful and travel safe.